SNL's 50th anniversary special happened this past weekend, and a lot of crazy things occurred, like Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively returning to the spotlight, Meryl Streep's first appearance on the show, and a heartfelt in memoriam to sketches that didn't age well. Now, starting off, fans were shocked to see that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively were in attendance at the show. Now, the couple have not been seen in the public eye recently due to the lawsuits going on with their film It Ends With Us. Now, they are suing and are being sued by their co-star and director Justin Baldoni. It's a whole mess of a situation that has been broadcasted everywhere, and it's all anyone can talk about. Amy Poehler and Tina Fey were on stage when Ryan raised his hand to ask a question, and they said, "Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?" "Great," Ryan replied, before quickly and pointedly adding, "Why? What have you heard?" seemingly referring to the lawsuits. As the crowd laughed, Amy and Tina were shown putting their hands up to their chests and shaking their heads in a joking attempt to reassure Ryan that they'd not heard anything. But in the clip, Blake, sitting beside Ryan, is smiling, but after Ryan asks, "What have you heard?" her grin immediately drops. Now, people are now debating if she had no clue about the joke or if she was playing around and was just acting that way. Either way, it's kind of crazy that they brought up that sensitive subject. And speaking of being too sensitive, some MAGA supporters are upset with SNL, and specifically Tom Hanks, due to a sketch they revived called Black Jeopardy. Now, the sketch featured Leslie Jones, Tracy Morgan, Eddie Murphy, and Tom Hanks. Tom reprised his role as Doug, a man who dons a MAGA hat and an Eagle t-shirt. In the sketch, Doug is hesitant to shake hands with Kenan Thompson's character, Darnell Hayes, before reluctantly agreeing. Now, this, though, has caused outrage with MAGA supporters as they feel the show and Tom were making them all out to be racists. Now, many of them posted their feelings about this, and they were not happy. Portraying MAGA supporters as racist caricatures while he's winning record minority support, SNL's trying 2016 jokes in 2025, one person said, while another added, "This tired trope that MAGA is racist is disgusting. SNL is an unfunny show for snobbish liberal elites." Then, during the show, they actually had an in memoriam section where the cast reflected on sketches that were made in poor taste back in the day. Tom Hanks spoke to the audience and said, "As we celebrate the achievements of the past 50 years, we must also take a moment to honor those who we've lost." Talking, of course, about SNL's characters and sketches that have aged horribly. But even though these characters, accents, and let's just call them ethnic wigs were unquestionably in poor taste, you all laughed at them. So if anyone should be cancelled, shouldn't it be you, the audience? Something to think about. Anyway, we now present you this in memoriam. Now, the video that played showed various poor moments from the show, including ethnic stereotypes, harassment, body shaming, sexism, a montage of questionable makeup, and problematic guests including O.J. Simpson, Robert Blake, R. Kelly, and Diddy. Now, there were many different appearances on the show, but one person who showed up shocked us. Now, this was none other than Aubrey Plaza, who was once an intern for SNL and a page for NBC, so her appearance was special. But her showing up also meant a lot, as it was her first public appearance since the passing of her husband, Jeff Benea. Aubrey stepped out to introduce musical guests Miley Cyrus and Brittany Howard, and for the occasion, Aubrey wore an almost entirely black outfit with dress pants and a blazer over a tie-dye shirt. Now, fans were quick to identify the outfit as a tribute to her late husband. The significance of the tie-dye shirt goes back to Aubrey's December 2021 appearance on The Drew Barrymore Show, in which she spoke about her wedding to Jeff. "We got married on a whim, literally decided at 5 p.m. and got married at like 8:30, she explained at the time. "Jeff got really into tie-dyeing during the quarantine, so I decided that Jeff and I were going to wear tie-dye pajamas that he had made for us." So with her being there and wearing that, it was very special. Meryl Streep has finally made her Saturday Night Live debut, which was during the show's 50th anniversary special. Yep, you've heard that right, she's never hosted nor made an appearance on the show until now. Meryl joined a reoccurring Close Encounters sketch featuring SNL alum Kate McKinnon, whose character Colleen describes her NSFW alien abduction. Now, the sketch included Woody Harrelson and Pedro Pascal, who got abducted by the aliens with McKinnon, but described a much more pleasant experience. They're questioned by military officials played by John Hamm and Aidy Bryant. Now, Meryl enters the scene as McKinnon's character's mother, wearing an outfit similar to her, with a Hawaiian shirt, complete with a cigarette on one hand and a styrofoam cup in the other. Colleen Sr., Meryl's character, goes on in the sketch to describe her own X-rated alien abduction, going on to mention how the aliens lost interest and stuffed her in a closet. Now, Adam Sandler did a 50 Years performance where he played the guitar and sang about everything SNL has been through. But one of the most shocking parts was who introduced him. Jack Nicholson appeared and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sandler." "Yeah, baby, let's hear it for Jack, baby. Jack made it out tonight. Thank you, brother," Adam exclaimed while pointing to the crowd before he began his performance. Now, Jack has kept a low profile in recent years, and he hasn't appeared in a film or TV show since the 2010 movie. Now, Adam later played his guitar and sang his song, including the lyrics, "50 years of those same writers then getting wasted at the after party and loudly telling everybody that Jaws was overrated," he sang. Then Adam actually started to tear up as he paid homage to the runs of two beloved late SNL stars. "6 years of our boy Chris Farley, 5 for our buddy Norm Macdonald," he said, as the audience applauded while their respective faces appeared on screen behind Adam. Then there were also some noticeable absences from the special as well. Dan Aykroyd was the only living original cast member not in attendance for SNL 50, as his co-stars Chevy Chase, Garrett Morris, Jane Curtin, and Lorraine Newman were all present. His manager said earlier in February that the comedian wouldn't be there for SNL 50, but he did do interviews promoting the special. Now, someone else who was missed by many was Bill Hader. He gave Saturday Night Live a polite decline when he was approached to appear at SNL 50. However, a source told People magazine that Bill had a long-standing schedule conflict, reuniting with former co-stars Kristen Wiig and Fred Armisen as their characters from The Californians for a Volkswagen commercial. Another notable name who wasn't in attendance, Dana Carvey. Despite being a cast member from 1986 until 1993 and making guest appearances in the years since, even starring as Joe Biden earlier this season, Dana has not spoken out about the milestone anniversary on any platforms and was noticeably absent. And finally, we have the revival of the Domingo sketch. In October 2024, Ariana Grande starred in the first version of this sketch, which was a parody of Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso, narrating the story of a mysterious man named Domingo, played by Marcelo Hernandez, from the bachelorette party, much to the groom's displeasure. Now, later on, when Charli XCX hosted in November, they reimagined a version of Chappell Roan's Hot to Go, recounting Domingo's escapades. The catchy DOMINGO chorus replaced the original lyrics. And then a new version of this sketch was done for the 50th anniversary. In this version, the bride and groom are renewing their wedding vows, with the bridesmaids singing Defying Gravity from Wicked, and Sabrina Carpenter makes an appearance leading the song. This time though, the groomsmen, played by Andy Samberg, Kyle Mooney, Beck Bennett, and Bowen Yang, have a chance to sing their own parody song about Ronaldo, who's played by Pedro Pascal, who happens to be the groom's lover. And Ronaldo is Domingo's brother. Now, by the end, everyone, including surprise guest Bad Bunny, is singing and dancing to the song Espresso. Now, some people think this sketch has been a little overdone, and with all the huge cameos this time, it will hopefully be the end for a little bit. Well, that's all for our video about unbelievable and hilarious moments you missed from SNL's 50th anniversary special. Now, what did you think about the special? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I'm your host Emily, and we'll see you next time. Peace.